What's up, guys? This is Codes.
Matthew Anthony here.
Hey guys, Anammer here.
Hi, my name's Galt.
Mac Vaughn here.
My name's Winter.
Dom Kane. Bjorn Atkinson.
Julian Gray.
Christian Vance.
The Secrets.
Elas.
Horticulture.
Alvin Gad.
Austin Hot.
Hi everyone and welcome to Sonic Academy Live, show number 3 with me, Chris.
We made it to number 3. And me, Phil Johnson.
See, no, you told me not to say your name.
No,
and
I
then
told you
forget.
to say my name. I told you to say my name.
Oh, is
you
it
can just
two?
go, hi, I'm Chris and this is Phil Johnson.
Okay, let's do that again.
Like,
Hi, I'm Chris and this is the
No. Yes, what?
the delectable
Just-
Phil Johnson.
Just go.
Anybody, welcome along to the show. See everyone in the forums. Roll call for everybody in there saying hi.
Yeah.
We've got a busy, packed show for you tonight. I hope we are going to do some demo doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to really go through 4 of those. We are going to do some Fix My Mix.
Yes, we got a cool track to fix up.
And then we're going to finish off with some Get That Sounds. We've got one Get That Sound.
I think we'll do the Get That Sound maybe before the
Fix My Mix.
just because it's in the demo project.
Okay, no problem. So, guys, we are starting the show with a thing called Float My Boat. So we're chatting just stuff that we talk about in the office here during the week. And this week we have been talking about this guy. Waves have launched a subscription.
Yes, they have.
What are your thoughts on this Wave subscription?
Well, I'm not sure about this one. I mean, it's like I love the Slate subscription.
Yep.
Because
Why?
I just think the plugins are really good, and you know, it's I think the combination of all the sort of analog mix stuff, plus the kilohertz stuff is a really good.
So having some third-party content like kilohertz
obviously oh my god, but like the Wave stuff, man, it's, you know, if you look at the bundles here,
let's have a look at the bundles.
so you got 3 bundles, $6.99, $9.99, and $19.99. But a lot of these plugins are really old. Like
We were talking about this earlier on. You reckon we had the C1 compressor 20 years
C1
ago?
compressor, DS, or Double X. These were all in the original, like, Platinum bundle or whatever. They all won maximizers, old school, max bass, old school, Mondo mods, old school, Paz analyzer, Q10, all old school.
No,
S1 imager, Super Tap, old school, True Verb, audio track, even the C4 multiband, old school, Doppler, old school. Now these ones down here are starting to get new, but
yeah. There's electric grand piano. Now, there's the H delay comps, and you know they're quite current. But
yeah, I love H delay. It's good.
where does the subscription thing stop? You know, you've got this Slate. UAD don't do one. Roland Cloud. Blah blah. You know, you could.
If UAD did one, would you?
If UAD did one, would I? No, I wouldn't.
No.
No, would you?
I think the problem with the UAD stuff is that you're limited by how many you can have at once.
Yeah, that's. I have the Twin, and what was I loading up the other day? I think at one instance and one other compressor, and that was me out.
Yeah,
and I can't remember the plugin. It was a kind of new plugin we were having a look at and testing out.
Yeah, I mean, I love the quality of the plugins is second to none. And I do use it for tracking a lot.
You love going in.
Yeah, I would always have like one of the preamps and then a compressor going on in, and then I would use a reverb and stuff on the monitor bus for the.
What I think is important
vocals.
with these, I mean, you could get up to, think of the 17-year-old kid who potentially wants to have $70 or pounds a month in subscriptions. So I think it's important that companies offer a way to buy these. So if they get money for Christmas or birthdays, they can go and purchase the plugin that they want and keep forever.
I suppose. I mean, how many of these plugins are better than what's especially in this bundle?
Well,
first bundle. How many of those are better than basic DAW plugins?
I initially saw the price and thought, geez, that's really cheap. $699. Went, oh, this is really interesting. It's really cheap. And then I had a look at the plugins they were offering. It was like, and they've been doing 2 years of $29.99. So you probably people.
Well, that's the other thing. Any of the plugins that the Wave stuff, and I do like a lot of Wave stuff. There's a lot of really good Wave stuff there, but I just wait for them to do the 29 sale on them, and I've got like Vocal Rider, Max Bass, Renaissance Bass, Renaissance Vox, a bunch that I bought, in the things. So I don't know.
Let us know in the comments, guys. It is the Waves bundle subscription, something that floats your boat. What do you subscribe to? Do you subscribe to Roland Cloud? Do you subscribe to Slate? Slate is a really good.
Yeah,
it's hard to beat Slate, and they're all new plugins, and they're always introducing third.
Initially I really didn't like the virtual mix rack.
Yes,
because I thought I just want them separate. I just want them all out. But then when I got into build my own presets and stuff, I could not live without. You can literally just assign them to your hotkeys or the hot buttons at the top.
Yeah.
So I have just vocals, drums, you know what I mean, and you can just you just load on boop, and then especially if you've got 20 tracks of harmonies or whatever, you can just throw it on boop, throw it on boop, throw it on boop.
And again, it's native,
easy.
So you can have as many as you want.
So and they must be lightweight because I never find myself
running out,
running
grabbing things up. Well, guys, let us know in the comments if you anything else to talk about. Anything else?
Here's a question for you, Chris.
Yes,
Here's a question for you.
Is this a competition question?
This could be the competition question.
Right, let's make this a competition question then. Go.
What's the minimum you would need to produce? What could you get away with? Desert Island stuff. Say you've got your computer, you've got your DAW, you got speakers. What else would you absolutely need to make music?
I've always used a lot of always from the start Logic's stock plugins, purely because
even the synths,
purely because back in the day we had to buy them, so there were probably a couple of hundred. It was £600 for the DAW. Then you had to buy the EXS24.
You had to pay for those.
You had to pay for those separately originally, and the ES2, the ES1 were.
I remember
separate.
You used to use a lot of ES2 and stuff.
And then so you were kind of going, right, I've shelled out the cash for this. I want to use it. And then Apple bought it, and it all became free. But I got used to the compressors, I got used to the reverbs, and they keep introducing the new Chroma Verb. It's beautiful.
Alchemy's a decent synth.
Alchemy's a brilliant synth. It's massive. The new vintage EQs are brilliant. So I could have a laptop, headphones. I find it hard to mix on headphones.
Could you bring a set of Mackie speakers to
have
a Desert Island?
Desert Island. Mackie speakers. And probably I'd definitely have Anna kick. And then one other sort of contact instrument for pianos or something real, and I think I could be quite happy. And actually, producing nowadays, I love restricting myself to that. I had to reload Logic last week, and it had to scan 1,000 plugins.
Yeah,
and I was going, this is ridiculous. It's just out of control.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, probably something similar. I mean, I'm Ableton mostly, Anna 2, Kick 2, and probably a piano, and I mean, if I could have the Slate bundle as well, that'd be great. Just for.
But you think in Ableton, you have the wavetable, you have operator, so you've got FM, you've got wavetable. It's all there,
I've started using that Oak Sound Smooth that we did the thing on. I've been using that loads.
Yeah.
I've been using it a wee bit in the.
If Joel's watching, we'd really love version 2.
Yeah,
please. So.
Should we crack on with some demos?
Yeah, let's get into the demo, Doctor. So, guys, these are tracks that were submitted over the last week from guys. We're going to have a look at them.
We're limiting it down a bit this week.
We're trying to keep the pace up and
because we've got other stuff to do. We thought we'd just keep it going with 4. So let's see.
So first up is Call the Bluff.
Call the Bluff. Let's see. This should be
Ignacio Seguera.
Yeah,
I've probably murdered his name, but sure.
Right one. Oh, here it is. This is it.
So it's kind of synthwavey vibes. More reverb. Yeah, because when we were listening to this earlier, I felt that the sound palette didn't sound coherent together, and you probably went, and it probably is right, start putting that into one space with the reverb.
Well, not even one space. I think build up layers. You want your sort of distant layer with some of those synths. Just more roomy. The drums sound quite dry, but then
Yeah, I thought that they poked out a little bit. Just that snare. You need an 80s reverb on it, don't you?
yeah.
What else do you think?
Nice and chilled out track. Maybe needs something else. I mean, obviously a vocal always helps.
Yeah.
I mean, can you do synthwave without a vocals? Which you can really.
I think you can. I think you can do so. But I think you need some special parts, something. It just sounded all very dry, and it felt like
hit the break.
Yeah, let's have a listen to the break.
Yeah, definitely want to hear a bit of reverb in there. Nice effect.
See,
The drums just don't.
when that just kicks back in there, you wanted it to just feel huge and epic and stuff. That the build up was right.
Yeah.
And that we and the main riff, just big long tail reverb.
Yeah, you would want that your main riff in there. Is there a main riff yet?
I thought there was at the start. That.
Yeah. I would extend that like.
I like the way he's dropping on the key. I think that's kind of interesting.
And you would maybe want to get a bit more sidechain on some of the stuff just to get a bit more pump.
Cool.
Oh, here we've got more stuff. I really like the sound design, actually.
Yeah, some interesting stuff going on. That's cool. So,
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm sort of a sucker for like verse chorus type stuff, and there's no coherent like
structure.
versey bit, build to the chorusy bit, drop back down, and rinse and repeat. So you'd want to try and maybe get a main lead sound that sort of acts as the chorus.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next track. There's your drop.
I mean, that riff is there as the sort of, obviously the sort of chorusy bit. Maybe that needs to come in there as well.
I thought it should come in there. Ding, ding. Yes, missing there.
Yeah.
Cool. So, next up we have...
Johan Lunden featuring Vanessa Rommel.
And it's a track called Fix Me.
Let's get it back to the start. How do you get back to the start? There we go.
The toms are cool.
I'm broken. I broke it. I'm sorry. I lost it. I've been drowning in this world of trying. Can you save me? I've been trying to be with you. Why can't you take it? Won't you fix me? Turn my eyes innocent brights. Won't you hold me just for the night? Won't you fix
It commands your attention at the start, doesn't it? It actually
Yeah.
sucks you in, and you're absolutely listening to it. But and there's the 808 sort of, which leads me to think, right, this is going to be a trap style thing. but the sort of subs, the 808s are not there. It feels poppy.
Yeah, you said it lacked bass a bit.
I thought it lacked real bottom end.
Won't you fix me? Turn my life
Yeah, you can't actually hear a kick as such there, can
No,
you?
there's no
real.
Won't you fix me?
You can hear the snare, okay?
Turn my life innocent bright and maybe I
See, that's a
hurt
trap fill.
Yeah.
I meant to.
I love all the atmosphere and all the sort of sound design.
Processing on the vocals brilliant as well. Like the reverse reverb and stuff are really.
I've been fighting all these dangerous battles lately. Guess a part of
What about the mix in the mids where the vocal is?
that you hate me. Won't you fix me?
Yeah, the mix to me sounds quite
Narrow.
narrow in terms of frequency range. I want it a bit brighter, maybe.
I
overall,
thought there
and
was.
a bit bassier overall.
I thought there was lots of sort of. It was very crowded in the midfield, and that's disguising her vocal. I think you need to sort of skip away some frequencies away from her and let her breathe a little bit.
I'm broken.
I love a bright vocal, although it's probably go too bright sometimes. But I would just
You want some of the
I
air.
lost it. Won't you fix me? Turn my life innocent bright. Won't you hold me just for the night?
Look, I love actually the interesting, cool idea. I think it's an interesting poppy sort of.
yeah, I would
piece.
definitely add a tiny bit more kick, just so you can
Would you put an 808 in?
I don't know if I put an 808 in. No.
Why?
Won't you fix me? Turn my life innocent bright.
There
Just
is something in
sitting
there
there.
that's sort of quite soft, but that could be brought out a bit.
Won't you fix me? Turn my life innocent bright. Won't you hold me just for the night? Won't you fix me? And make me alright, alright. Won't you fix me? I said
Yeah, definitely. I would just sort of try and get the beat out a bit more, and a lot of the, I mean, I'm guessing this is the sort of the intention, as much as anything. But a lot of the sounds sort of are sort of flowing together and mushed together. It's not like a bass line sticking out, ding, 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 ding,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something, or a kick.
It's all sort of ethereal and
it's a wash,
swirling. Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to sort of any specific
lost
instruments really.
There's no defining
Won't
part.
you fix me? Turn my life innocent bright. Won't you hold me
You
just
just want that to
Yeah, I think
poke.
you kind of need something. You need parts to actually latch onto. I think I would maybe bring out a bass line a bit more, and bring out the kick a bit more.
So some of the comments on here, simply no kick or low end feels like Sonic Live inspires me. It inspires me as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Someone said it's a really nice song. I really do like the song, and I like the sound of the vocal, and I like the lyrics and melody, and I do generally like the overall production and vibe of it. I think you could just pull a bit more out. I think it needs to be a bit brighter overall.
Yeah.
Bit more of a kick going on.
But it's very nearly. I mean, I think the essence is there. I just think it needs now just a little bit. That another 20% production now just lifted.
Yeah.
Shout out to some people in the chat room. Deadly Custard's there. The Man Like a Jekka is there. The Man Like John Sloan is in. Techalite is always there, and DJ Surge. So there you go.
yeah, sweet to the beat.
Sweet the beat. Next up we have
This is from John Sloan, a regular on
John
the...
Sloan. There he is. He's on the chat as well.
Here we go.
Ready to slate
ready?
this, John?
More volume.
Here comes the drop. Some cool noises.
Yep.
Some really. If somebody wants to see the dynamics,
Yeah.
that's some of that.
Another couple of dBs there to be had. Let me see the.
It's about. John, if you could tell us on the only thing I'd struggle with this is what genre is it? I mean, is it's techno-y? It kind of feels tech housey, techno-y with a blemish of trance in it. You know, it kind of.
I mean, I think from John's other stuff, it is sort of a main room techno vibe.
Is that a room?
that we're going for? Yeah.
Does it need to be a little bit more relentless? Then does it need to be a bit more? Is it dark enough? It's probably.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the first thing that I would sort of maybe put a bit of attention on is just the sort of level, the frequency mapping, I suppose, between the kick and the bass. The bass sounds like it's almost resonant in the sort of lower mids.
Mm-hmm.
I would try and bring that down a bit in sort of frequency towards the bass end.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it just feels like that should be just filtered down, and
yeah, it should
and
be
just
a
more
bit more just like,
It's
or
more-
lower frequency.
It's
and a
like the
bit,
low shizzle thing. Of course, you tech tip you did. It just needs to be really stomach low. That seems a bit
sort of midi,
Yeah.
sort of chesty.
chesty. You want it to be in the stomach, so it's almost just bring it all down, and that could drive it along. The kick. What do you think of the kick?
Again, for this stuff, I really like the kick and the bass to just be one sort of
Just
sort of one sort of element, and you sort of in this stuff you expect almost like a reverb on those kicks, like a filtered down,
like a warehouse
filtered down plates or something that sort of interacts with the bass.
The other sound design stuff I think is dark enough and works really well.
Yeah.
It's all a bit polite, isn't it? It's all a bit sort of like
A lot of the sounds are up in the sort of like sparkly region, but you get that in a lot of dark.
I was listening to the sort of clap and stuff. Does it need to be a bit more lo-fi? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit,
yeah, a bit more saturation on that, and a like dirtier reverb or
yeah,
something coming.
just sort of I think feels grunge it up.
Like that synthy thing. Is that too like sort of almost like psytrancey for
That's what when I listening to it, I was kind of going. The bass is a bit high, feels trancey. The claps are too nice. That arps are a bit trancey. There's bits that are dark, and it's just a bit of a mishmash of everything. And I think it needs to kind of focus in the genre a little bit.
a lot of techno in this, or well, in the sort of that dark, Rebecca or Slam stuff. For me, there's the base layer, which is like solid. It's almost in one space sitting at the bottom. Then there's quite a bit of like there's not much in the sort of lower mids, and then you go up a level, and you've got like something in the mids that's your sort of groove, your percussion-y thing, or your melody type thing that sort of is the bit. You know what I mean? And there's not, and then the rest of it is just sort of effects and sort of incidental stuff that's creating atmosphere.
Yeah.
So you're, and then obviously drums, lots of fills and drums and stuff. But if I was doing a techno track, I don't want too many different
Layers.
synth elements
Yeah,
like
yeah.
happening. I just want like a main thing that's like doing something really original or weird or twisted,
It's-
that you're manipulating, that's expanding through the track rather than this sound, then this sound, then this sound, then this sound doing a thing. I want like a twisted sound that's and that you're just like
Weaving
doing
it.
weird stuff with, and then you really need to get
It's
creative and original with like the sounds and try and get something out there and different and spooky and
to me, like you gotta work on the relentlessness. That's what techno is about. It's kind of about this sort of suffocation, relentlessness. Train. It's just like, and John, just become angry and
get cross.
just get angry. Ooh, that cup of tea was a little bit too brewed.
Burnt my tongue.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's go on to the next track, which is Joey 1.7. I presume this is the 7th version of it. And this comes in from Les Lair. My initial reaction is the little incidentals are great, but just way too loud. They
Yeah.
and just need to be a bit more in the background and floating around. They're a bit in your face.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like that glitchy stuff. I mean, maybe just a tiny bit background. I like the layers that there's that sort of droney like synthy thing going on in the background, and then there's sort of some other incidental.
What I do like is the sort of the instrumentation's a bit, as you say, drony and synthy and sort of floaty, whereas they're kind of sharp and dry, and there's a good juxtaposition between the two.
Good layer, good depth layering.
Good depth layering.
Like that.
The bass feels a little bit woolly to me. There's another bass.
I like it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Does the level of those incidentals still work?
No, they sound okay there now.
Okay, that's what I was sort of saying. Yeah. And I think you can get creative with that stuff as well. Like map a controller
Yeah.
to the reverb.
Yeah, and just have it,
have it doing stuff and like jam over it live. I think that really helps. And
a little bit of maybe to a delay as well. You can just
Yeah.
sort of just grab it and try and catch a note or something really interesting. Okay,
check the break.
hands in the air. DJ pose.
Some German vocals in there.
Our sample pack's coming on nicely. Anybody wondering?
Is that quite a long break?
Yeah,
Although
again.
there is something going on there, so you can still get a wee bit of a bop on. Nice pads.
People are digging this on the chat.
Yeah.
Nice synths, sounds wonderful. Liking the snare noise? Yeah, look,
Yeah.
that's
Would you? I know we keep talking about this, but it's just when that kicks in, the sort of. Would you make like a bigger synth that goes? Boom.
I wonder, are we always guilty of kitchen sinking? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes where there's a real understated thing, you know? I can hear this on sort of... I could hear this in a Lane 8 mix or, you know,
Yeah.
Anjuna Deep. It's a really cool
Very nice
track.
track.
Yeah, look, just... Again, maybe... It's to get your track noticed and all the noise that's going around. You maybe need to just, you know, you've got the essence of it. There's maybe, as you say, one other big sort of moment. We talked
Yeah.
about this last week.
Craziness.
Yeah, just a moment in the track that people come out of the club and go,
Craziness, cleverness,
you know,
originality.
what was
How
that
do you-
idea? On the chat, Mr. Ejeka is
Yeah.
asking, is it important to worry about the key of the kick and the sub? I have no idea.
Is it worth?
This is a guy that is playing the print works.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's...
Yes, no. It depends on whether you've got a long kick.
Yeah.
If you've got a short kick, it doesn't matter
Matter.
because you can't tune it. If you've got a long kick, a tonal kick, and especially for techno stuff, I would definitely try and tune them.
Where do you stand? I think I see people tuning snares and stuff. Would you ever? I don't get that.
Like,
If, again,
I wouldn't tune it like by a frequency. I wouldn't be thinking like, is that an A or a B? I'm gonna have to put that in a key.
Uh-huh.
But I would get a snare and I would pitch around to see if like it
Sounds
sounds
better.
better in certain pitches, you know. But I'm not going, is that, you know, it's a B flat.
yeah,
you
everything must. I don't agree with that. I think, as you say, pitch the snare up or down to go. Does it sound cool? Does it sound interesting? Blah blah blah. The kick, if it's a short kick and you've sign with
Maybe
subs.
as well. Maybe it sounds cooler and weirder if it's out of key as well. You know, it depends. You know, I would never like go by, you know, looking at a frequency analyzer and going, oh, that's a G and that's an A. I'm gonna have to change them. You know, it would always be ear but you know, if I felt like in a kick in a techno track where it was like a subby one and the kick had a bit of a ring to it and the bass was sort of subby, if I felt that it wasn't gelling,
Yeah.
I would maybe then look
Yeah.
at the kick note and the bass note and go, actually, yeah, that's an F and that's a G. I'll just
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
And so I think and I think people get too fucking worried about, making sure everything's in key and stuff. And forget about having special moments, having vibes, having sort of things that are really, really cool in the track, and worrying too much about the technicalities of things. Just make music for the love, and then
totally.
if the track is about slamming down to a kick and the bass line, then maybe check it and have a look.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hearing something, there's like if your bass isn't gelling with your kick, then there's a checklist of sort of things to look at. You know, do I need to side chain it? Is it in key? You know, so you don't be looking for problems that aren't there.
Yeah.
You know, if something sounds weird, go in and have a look and go, actually, I'll just tune those up and it'll maybe sound better. But
No, I definitely think, look, if it's important to the track, do it. If it's not, just get on with making music, and forget about sort of worrying too much about frequency analyzers and use these. Don't use these. That's what music's made with. So we thank everybody for submitting demos. If you want your demo in, it is live at Sonic Academy. I'm also going to hit this button to remind you to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, ding, like that. And also smash
smash the like, yeah.
Smash.
We are going to hit an ad and go and refill our drinks.
because we forgot to fill up with water before we started. So we're going to go and get water.
And then we'll be back with a Get That Sound.
Okay, so here's the ad coming at you right now.
What's up, guys? This is Codes.
Matthew Anthony here.
Hey guys, Anamer here.
Hi, my name's Golf.
Mac Vaughn here.
My name's Winter.
Dom Kane. Bjorn Akesson.
Julian Gray.
Christian Vance.
The Secrets. U.S.
Horticulture.
Alvin Dad.
Austin Hot.
played the wrong ad, didn't I? Anyway, we got
Yeah, what's this week's course then, Chris?
this week's course is Tech Tips from the man like Ozzy.
Yeah, what was that? Was it Mescal's last?
Mescals was a couple of weeks ago. We were going to play an ad for the Mescal
Alright,
Kids
yeah.
Tech
I
House.
really love that course.
It's a really good course, and those guys, Scott Lowe at the moment is absolutely on fire.
I'll tell you what, we'll play it out with that wee ad because it's a really nice wee track.
I asked Phil to get me a glass of water. And that's how much he poured into it.
Do you want more? Here, you can have some of mine. Anyway, okay, so we're going to go and do a Get That Sound. So, we got one in this week.
While you're setting up there, I have just been told on chat that I haven't mentioned this week's competition.
Oh, yeah.
We did, but didn't we?
Briefly, but we'll maybe...
Brian wasn't listening, so we'll do it again.
Did you do last week's competition winner?
Last week's competition. Well, let's cut back. Let's start. Okay, last week's competition winner is Moldy Soul, and he bought the Soundblocks Hot Hand bass envelope filter ring. Sold as a dubstep and electronica bass pedal. It was underwhelming, to say the least. So he wins 50 quid voucher. And this week we are asking, what
bit of Desert Island gear, basically,
Yeah.
past your DAW, your speakers?
You've got your DAW, you've got your speakers, you've got a keyboard. What is the piece of gear, the plug-in that you take to Desert Island? You go
Absolutely need to take with you.
that you need it, you love it.
And don't just say Anna 2 and Kick 2 because they're already you'll have already got them with you.
Yeah, because they're essential.
That'll be the first thing you would save in a fire, isn't it?
So the winner will get a £50 voucher. We'll pick at random. So leave them in the live comments. What is the one piece of gear or plug-in that you absolutely can't live without? I suggested taking something like Ableton Push 2 or what do you call
What would I take?
something you could learn. Something you don't understand and you go, actually, do you know what? I've got loads of time now to
I'd
learn
have
it."
to take a guitar.
Guitar, would you?
Guitar.
Oh, my God. Interesting.
Love you playing the guitar.
Wee curveball. Okay, so
right,
we're
okay.
going to Get That Sound.
So yeah, we got someone calling you there, Chris.
Yeah, my daughter's calling me.
Did you not know you're live on air?
Oh, jeez.
Good one. Okay, so we've got a Get That Sound in, which is above and beyond the waltz.
Did you pitch this down? Pitch it down.
Pitch it down.
We're going to try and gamify YouTube's filter or music filters here.
So yeah, it was like at 1 minute. If you want to go and check this out yourself on Spotify, it's above and beyond the waltz. 1 minute, 10ish. That's the yeah. So that sort of sound. So we're going to try and recreate that. Let's see. Okay, so we've got an initialized patch, and to me it sounds like it's an ARP with chords on it. So I'm going to just bring the steps down to 4, and I can just.
So what we believe the sound is made up of it. Now,
I think an arpeggio type thing,
right, okay.
like a fast, almost
Fast.
like 8-bitty, that sort of 8-bitty vibe.
Okay.
Kind of.
And
then we'll just add some filters.
so okay.
And then I think it's just a case of having a bit of LFO on that. A filter LFO.
So you're assigning an LFO to the filter and you're getting a retrig, so you get a. Are you retrigging the LFO? No.
No, I'm
No?
not. 'Cause
Leaving
if
it free?
If you retrig the LFO
Yep.
currently,
Mm-hmm.
I think we will actually probably try and change this. If you retrig the LFO currently, it'll retrig to the ARP.
Okay, so I pointed out a little problem.
It is a slight issue. And then I think what we'll do, we'll add a bit of. And then some reverb on there. aggressive you want to get with that. There you go. I think that's roughly it.
So it's kind of simple. You haven't. I mean, you've only got one voice there, haven't you? Just a
Yeah,
saw.
it does sound like a sort of quite a simple voice. Let's,
Yeah.
I'll listen to
Let's
it
have a
again.
listen.
Maybe a bit of chorus, a bit more delay or a bit more reverb, maybe.
So you hitting a chord. Bit softer as well, maybe. Maybe not. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe not. Well,
somewhere in that ballpark.
somewhere in the box. So, look, guys, thank you very much for sending in to get the sound. We want more.
Yes, do send more in.
We want to stretch
enjoy
and
doing
challenge,
those.
Phil. We want to
Sure, I'll save that and then we can
give it as a download.
distribute the preset. What we
If there's
call
a sound that you hear on a track or a classic synth, or you go, how do we do that? Or a sound that you go, Phil could never remake this. Please do send them in to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, or at live@sonicacademy.com. At this point, I'm going to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button. Ding, and that'll notify you when we're on live or we have new courses coming up.
Okay, so
And smash the like as Phil sets up for the Fix My Mix.
fix my mix, yeah.
So competition time. What piece of gear would you take to your desert island? Some people coming in with lots of. Let me see. Where was it? I think native stuff. Native complete.
Complete, yeah, I suppose you couldn't go wrong with.
Well, I think you've got everything there. So it's kind of like taking another DAW. So it's like you're good. So who sent us in this track? Philip.
This is Ricardo Dios.
Thank you very much, Ricardo, for sending this in.
Yeah,
Hope you're
he
watching.
Sent the project, and we got most of the stuff. The only thing we didn't have was File Filter Pro Q3. I've only got Pro Q2, but that shouldn't matter too much. And we got Shaper Box. Thank you very kindly, Cable Guys.
To Joe at Cable Guys, who I hit him up today, and he was very kindly to pop in version 1 and 2 to doing this. So, Cable Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
So I'll play you through the track that was sent, and then we'll go through and we'll do sort of demo doctor first, I suppose, and then we'll go through and see what we'll fix. Let me just get the.
So very much housey vibe.
Yeah. Get to some of the meat. So that's kind of the gist, and we're gonna just work on like a section. We're not gonna obviously arrange the whole thing out, but we'll work on a section and just what I would do to sort of bring it into where I would want to see it. So the references are Defected,
Yeah.
David Penn, that type of stuff. Maybe a bit of Till Roomy type stuff as well. So
Okay. Which is kind of, to be brutally honest, I mean, that's quite a broad spectrum, isn't it? It's,
yeah,
so
somewhere between like super housey and super proggy.
tech housey stuff.
Tech housey, yes. So, the first thing I'll switch out is the kick.
And
I
what-
actually, after listening to the references, I went and sampled a bit of a David Penn track.
Mm-hmm.
Did the kick assimilation thing that we have a tech tip on. We did a couple of weeks ago where you load the sound into kick, assimilate the sub, and you can recreate kicks.
And you were talking to me earlier on saying you found this absolutely super got you into the area really quickly.
Yeah, it really did. So I was able to go in and where is it? User presets.
This is where you forgot to save it, is it?
No, it should be in here. David Penn. There we go.
Okay.
Two
Awesome.
tracks. Just more solid housey kick vibes. And then I wanted to add some hatty loops, and I picked out 3 that I thought would work.
Okay, cool.
Now I'm not using this sort of incidental stuff on these because I just wanted to use it for the hats. Need to mute that track. Something with a bit of
So the look
chisel.
a bit of 16th, sort of give it a pace, is it?
Yeah, exactly. And just a heavy hat. The David Penn stuff, all that defective stuff's really like the hats are like such a big element. You know what I mean? They're wide. They're like really like.
Is it the off hat or all the hat?
That soft, shuffly sort of just offbeat hat.
Schwacky hats?
Schwacky hats. Yeah, we said schwacky again. So I'm going to nip in here. I want to get rid of those whoop. So I'll just cut it down and I'll go into the clip envelope and I'm just going to take this out. And that little yoke there. Again, we're just looking for our hats here. So that's what we've got now. Used to sound like this.
It's just a much more pronounced off, and it feels a bit pushing the track forward.
And I also created quick drum racks, and I'll show you what I did here. This is a drum racks which has 3 hi-hats layered on top of each other. And I'll need to actually create a hi-hat part.
So potentially, here we have 5 or 6 hats layering up on top, just to give you that big sound.
I can put them in the right places. Or do you know what I did? Do you know what I did? There's actually already a hat thing there. So what we'll do is just go in and drag this in here.
So are you hot swapping the hat sample?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take off this EQ and this EQ. I think that's my EQ. And we can delete this track. Again, I wanted that soft sort of shakery hat vibe.
Cool.
Now I'm going to just move all this down. I want to get all my drums in the one place.
And again, can we point out that Ricardo?
You've got your colours all wrong.
I think we should do a course in just
The colours.
colouring in.
Although the bass is right again. Maybe just like
Bass is brown.
bass is brown. Drums
Drums
are the right colour actually, and strings that's probably the colour I would do. They're just
Oh, very close. Okay, fair enough.
not too bad.
While you're working away there, I'm going to take a moment to remember Larry Tesla.
Who?
Exactly, Larry Tesla, who died today, who is an integral part of what you're doing here. He invented, wait for it, copy, cut, and paste.
What?
So there you go, Larry Tesla, who died. And
Was he famous? Was he famous for anything else, or just?
he worked for Xerox and then he worked for Apple. And
Okay.
then he said he left Apple in 1997 just as they were getting huge. But he
Okay.
invented copy, cut, paste.
So, just going to do a bit of balancing.
So what are you looking, you're just trying to get sort of the right amount of push and offness, aren't you?
I'm gonna get rid of this and I've got my own claps that here's one I made earlier.
This is very blue, Peter.
This is, isn't it?
So people on the comments here, very impressive kick to the key, Jenny Duncan, much better groove, and it sounds amazing, you guys. And
so we got some nice claps there, and I like claps to do something slightly different each time. So
in terms of the sort of just
the vibes
off grid. Does Logic would have a humanized sort of thing where you could highlight those and humanize
Can
them?
you humanize the timings as
Yeah,
well?
so it would slightly throw everything slightly off a little bit randomly.
I just like that. I think on a dance floor, it helps to keep things just rolling along. If your claps aren't the same every,
Totally.
like that they repeat over a 4-bar pattern. They're a bit loud. I don't know. I'll quickly zoom in on those and show you what is actually in this drum racks. So we've just got clap over there, clap over there, and clap in the middle.
And when you're picking those out, what do you look? Just slightly different transients, slightly different pitch.
I mean, I wanted something that's still clappy. It wasn't too like snary, schwacky.
like 909.
Yeah, almost 909ish, but maybe a bit liver sound.
That's what I mean, not 909 more live, more sort of disco.
Yeah, more disco vibes maybe.
I can see you're under incredible pressure.
It's all right. It's all good. I'm just trying to do it quickly because it's more interesting. There's no reverb, so I like to add a bit of reverb
to everything.
to everything all the time, forever. What reverb should we choose today? I got new reverb.
Valhalla.
I got new reverb. I got it won't suit for this, but I got Black Hole.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was a bit
Eventide.
underwhelmed, if I'm totally honest.
I know
I've
been
always
down
wanted
for
it,
it.
and
Yeah.
it was on sale for 49 quid, so I'll buy that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't sound very like big or wide, which is kind of what it was supposed to do. Let's just put a quick
Let's just go to Old Faithful, eh?
vintage. Just want something to. It's not going to be that big, don't worry. I'm just turning it up so I can get.
So you can hear it.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to try Valhalla plate for that. Yeah. Okay, and we'll just notch that back down again.
So again, you just sort of
I just
peeking
want
it in.
where you don't hear it, but you can feel that it's there.
Okay, cool.
That's my new philosophy of reverb. You don't want to hear the reverb, but you want to feel the reverb.
You don't want to hear it. You want to feel it.
Feel the reverb. Can you feel it? And yeah, so then I always struggle with this thing on house records. How do you get the loop to sound like it's not all just like elements that are just like.
Okay.
I mean, that still does sound sort of just elementy.
Okay. I'm not sure. Right. So what are you thinking?
With glue compressor,
Right.
slam to the max.
Right. More
and then-
reverb.
And then just paralleled in. So
Okay.
hear that?
Yeah. Ejeka is recommending drum bus.
Yeah.
Good call.
Drum bus does do that quite well, yeah. So we've got that's our
So
slammed
yeah.
soft clip as well. So you can just
Again, just tucking it in until you can
Yeah.
you can feel.
without without fight.
Now, bass, what would you do there?
What would I do?
Yeah, what would you do?
I'd probably change the bass.
Okay.
I don't want to go too crazy with. But I did when I was. I'll duplicate this anyway. And add in. I did create a preset earlier. Again, I don't know whether this is taking it in a direction you know.
This is always hard without speaking. If this was a client, you'd speak to them and go, look, what do you want it to sound like? Who's your reference points? We're kind of just going, this is what we would do, so it could be, the guy could be on the chat here going, oh, you're destroying it. But,
so, yeah.
And so you're putting a new part in?
Yeah, just from the reference stuff, I thought the bass wasn't driving it along enough. Now this might be a wee bit handbaggy for. I'll loop that up a bit tighter so you get the. Claps are sticking out a bit too much.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
I should note that there's also a whole bunch of stuff on the master that we probably don't need just yet.
And is this his stuff or your stuff?
That's just probably could keep that on actually. Just a limiter really. What's the verdict on the bass line?
What's the verdict on the bass line? Please tell us. Sounding pretty good. Great track. I'm new to producing music. Do you guys give one-to-one curation? We don't.
We don't, but we have a website.
We have a website that almost feels like one-to-one tuition. It is sonicacademy.com, and you have over, I think, 800 courses, nearly 5,000 videos. It's just
and we've
insane.
an extremely helpful forum of users that will listen to your track. And
we have Techalite, who's our forum moderator, who answers brilliantly everyone's questions. John Sloan says, better bass. Techalite, I would use the rounded bass, sound like a classic house. KOT or Sandy Riviera's stuff.
Yeah, so I'll go into the bass and just show you what it is. It's an Nano 2 bass. So you've got a bit of options in terms of where you want to go with it. So we got just
let's put it on screen.
Just sub if you want, just the sub, and then this is just an octave to bring out the low mids, and then you've got your M1 organy sort of vibe.
So this the 7th.
Yeah.
Is it 5th or 7th?
It's a 5th. I think. Is it called 5th? I don't know.
7th semitones, 5th. Yeah. Which is a classic house trait, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can either dial that back or.
And how does all this new stuff sound then against the vocal elements?
Okay, so what we're going to do, the bass, I think this bass line is down in G and the original track is A, so the vocals probably. Sounds okay there. I think it is actually in G, so I'm going to just freeze all the track. And I will flatten. And we'll see what it sounds like. Just drop down a couple. And that's actually annoying me a wee bit.
What?
Tisma.
Just the groove of the vocal?
Yeah. Complex Pro.
You can mess with the formants. And,
Yeah, and I mean, if you wanted to, you could, if you wanted to make that sort of more interesting, you could maybe duplicate it up.
yeah.
Go for like. I'll just move that out. We're getting 2 takes there. Maybe just on the end of it.
What's the last word? Take a good look at these.
Look at these tears of mine.
Tears of mine.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, I think we need some delays on the vocal. So I would maybe go initially and put a sort of small delay just to create space on it.
Uh-huh. Like a very, very short, sort of
Yeah, sort of like
hard
slap
pan.
backy.
Yeah, slap bass.
So, just. So that just gives it a bit of space, and then you want something that's going to like roll on over the, the breakdown and stuff. Something you can tweak to get some craziness going on.
So again, this is where you would set up a knob to, fire it in. Right?
Do we like the original? No, I like the new ones. We'll copy those back a bit just so we can hear the breakdown. And then you'd maybe drop out the vocals. I would maybe even keep that going on and lip it up, so you could do something like.
So you're shortening the loop to give it a bit.
So yeah, just trying to add more interest on that vocal. It gives you that ability to sort of mess about with stuff. And then there's no other, there's the string comes in.
Yeah.
Which we're going to have to quickly pitch down. Sorry for changing the key of your track.
And I asked you earlier on why you said why did you change the key? Because
G and F for me are the notes you want to be using for
it's for the bass line.
For the
isn't it?
bass line,
just to
yeah.
get the bass line to sound weighted and sort of heavy.
In the
Everything sounds a bit weedy and sort of
Yeah.
light, and whereas just come down a few keys and you're like, yeah, this is where it's at. Protoculture said it needs more cowbell. I think he's quite correct.
I think it needs more stabs.
You gonna put in a stabs?
Yeah, I'll go for a wee and a stab in there.
Does anybody in the chat mind if we go over here over 1 hour? We're all good. We're all
I'm
hanging in.
I'm going as quick as I can.
I know
man.
you are. You're totally under. I'm glad it's not me because I would have been into a total tizzy.
Okay, so
into a faff.
we're going into the techno pack.
Yeah.
And what stab? Clean stab, maybe?
John Sloan, keep on going.
Yeah.
Yab, is this going to be on YouTube? It is live on YouTube, and yes, it'll be. You can watch it after.
So let's find
What do you guys think of FabFilter plugins? For example, FabFilter, brilliant. FabFilter and Valhalla, all brilliant plugins. So if you have FabFilter and Valhalla, you're rocking it.
Get that more. Feels like Chicago-y.
So what do you want it to sound more? Less Chicago, more Detroit?
Let's just remind ourselves what it used to sound like. Without.
With Phil? Without Phil?
Okay, we'll go for one more wee stabby bit, and then I think that'll do us for this one. I was tempted. I was going to say at some point maybe we should do like, if we're doing a Fix My Mix,
Yeah.
we'll do like an extended version where we'll like, go live on another evening and just
do the mix.
Just do the mix,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a huge amount of chats.
It is hard when you're under pressure. We're trying to keep everyone is so snappy and moving along, and Phil's under massive pressure trying to get everything done here. So yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. Would you prefer a longer version of Fix My Mix? Okay.
I think that'll do us.
There we go, everyone.
Hopefully
What do
we
you think?
improved that somewhat.
So yeah, a kind of drastic change there. You did that in 17 minutes.
Wasn't bad. I'd obviously looked at it earlier. But yeah, hopefully that gives you some ideas. I'll share the project obviously with Ricardo, and if he likes it.
Guys, don't forget we have a competition running. £50 voucher for your desert island piece of gear or plug-in, or what thing would you want to take to a desert island. You can comment after the live stream's over. If you're rewatching, you can use the comments. We'll look at both the live stream comments and the comments below. We
Get that sounds for next week. We'd like a couple more of those.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
really stretch, Phil.
So just any sounds you just like, I'd really love that bass line. How's that bass line done? How's that effect done? How's that stab done? Whatever it is, we can have a go at it. We might not be able to get anywhere near, but we'll have a go at it.
Any production problems, anything you're struggling with, please let us know.
If you want us to like look at a particular technique or tip or anything, just hit us up with ideas and we can try them, as well as Fix My Mixes, demos as usual.
It's brilliant to see the likes of Ejeka in the chat, Rotoculture in the chat, Deadly Custard, and these are guys that are actually producing brilliant music.
Yeah, I mean, as well, if you'd be interested in getting some of those guys on, we could probably get a Skype call with them if you've any questions. Maybe they've done a course recently and you wanted to ask them some stuff. We could probably arrange something like that.
Tomorrow's course live on the site is going to be OZ's Tech Tips. They're brilliant if you're into that big, expansive.
What are the tech tips?
They're all different. Will was talking to me earlier on today, saying that he's producing these sort of melodic things. He's going, how is he doing that? And you watch Tech Tip, and it's just incredible how
I'm going to have
he's
to use those for
he is brilliant.
my track.
He's brilliant sound designer. And he's just a wealth of knowledge, and that's an FL Studio. Thank you very much to everybody in the chat, everybody that watched. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to play you out with the correct ad. Is it ad 1 or ad 2? Can you remember?
I think ad 1 is the course.
Is the course. So we're going to play out with the Mystical Kids course. Go and watch it. It's Tech House. Those guys are on fire at the moment, producing some brilliant stuff that is getting played all over Radio 1 and getting played in all warehouse projects.
I really Will was editing the track in the background. It was banging out all day, and it was classic. I kept going, oh, what's that? What are they doing there? It's really clubby. It's just it's probably the most clubby thing we've had in ages. It just has like really good build-ups, and it made me actually boogie in the studio.
They're on Elro. They're on all the big labels at the moment. They're just about to explode. So we've got them. Watch the course and download the project. You can look inside and see the samples and see how they work. So hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all pretty soon.
Catch you later.
Hello, my name's Scott, and I'm from a trio from the north of the UK called Mystical Kids. We predominantly specialise in upfront driving tech house music. we've had releases on labels such as Elro, Rouge, CR2, Kickball, and today I'm going to be taking you through a track that we did with two local guys called JP and Riley. It's an upfront kind of driving tech house track with some big synths, a big rolling bass, and I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks you need to achieve this kind of sound. We'll touch on drum programming, synth patterns, mixing, mastering. We'll go through everything. So without further ado, let's get in the session.